800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Hi, folks. Fifth Street Sports on a beautiful Friday afternoon in Las Vegas, Nevada, 1:06 p.m. Pacific time. My name's Frank Perez. I'm joined with Oklahoma Brian, and we may have Florida Rick, or at least we'll get his picks in on the third segment. We're on Sports Byline USA, the American Forces Network, iHeartRadio, Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, and on Twitter, and a couple other ones too. I'm sure you can find us. Anyways, Brian, now I have decided on my new thing. Remember when I was spying and I got that great spy account and I called it Frankie's Corner, which yesterday went 3-0. But I have a 15-second max chirp, okay? Because we know what happens when guys start chirping and getting all crazy and high. But folks, Frankie's Corner started off with a 3-0. This is good stuff. I don't know how long it's going to last. As Brian and I know, as soon as it gets real good, they shut us out of accounts. But let's take it while we can, brother.
You're asking to be cursed with that bragging. I wouldn't play anything you give out after that. Your gambling gods are definitely against you after that.
No, but I kept it under 15 seconds. I mean, listen, if you can't chirp when you're winning, when can you chirp? You know what I mean? Okay, so but 15 seconds is the max. I believe, and I'm not superstitious or into voodoo or nothing, but I believe anything over a 15-second chirp, you're right. I would be totally radioactive and contaminated today. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I kept it. I looked at the clock. It was a 13-second chirp, so I'm still good.
Okay. All right. You're still eligible to give out plays today, and I might play them.
Okay. Now, let me give you a play really quick because we can just get this one out in the first segment. What would happen right now what would be the spread Duke against the Cavaliers? This year's Duke against the Cavs.
Let me think about that. I'm going to give you a line after the commercial. It'll take me a second to it'd be big. I know that. Are we using NBA three-point line or college?
And NBA three-point lines. And by the way, there's a Las Vegas sportsbook that put up the hypothetical line on all 30 teams against Duke.
Wait, they put up a lot, but you can't. They're never going to play the game. So, what kind of idiot is placing that bet?
Maybe it's just some guy that had nothing to do at night. But guys, Brian, when we get back, we got a great show, folks. Fifth Street Sports back in 3 minutes. Oklahoma Brian and Frank Perez.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
All right, folks, it's Fifth Street Sports. We're back. It's Frank Perez, and it's Oklahoma Brian on Sports Byline USA on the American Forces Network, and we stream on iHeart. I don't know if we're streaming on YouTube right now. We should be. But anyways, Brian, so quickly, when we were going to break, somebody actually took the time to put the projected lines against Duke and all 30 NBA teams, and, of course, Cleveland being the lowest spread. So I'll give you that one. What would you lay with Cleveland against Duke?
So part of handicapping big spreads is you always have to assume some kind of apathy on the part of the better team, that they're going to sit players, right? Like that's part of this business is, if they really did play, would Cleveland really start everyone or would they rest a few guys? You can't say, well, no, you have to assume they're at full strength because they would never be at full strength. So with that said, I'm going to say 18 is what I would make it.
Well, Vegas put it at 22.5, and that's the lowest. I think they'd be maybe like, let's say they had to play balls out at full speed. I think they'd be like maybe 60 or 65 against the Warriors. They'd probably be minus 50 something. But that's
the Warriors. Yeah. When are the Warriors going to ever lose again? The way they're playing, man, I know they got a couple of tough games coming up in the near future, but couldn't you see this team running off 20, 30 wins in a row if they want to?
If they really wanted to, they could run the table. If right now they had to run the table to make the 8th seed in the playoff, they could do it if they wanted to. No problem.
Did you see how they spent their but I hesitate to even ask you this. I'm not sure what kind of can of worms I'm opening with this, but did you happen to see how they spent their day yesterday?
No, wait, what? Not at all. Huh.
Well, they're the defending champions, and they're in Washington, right? So what usually happens when the defending champions go to Washington to play the Wizards? They go to the
White House? No.
Right. No, they didn't go to the White House. They went to hang out with Obama. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Wow. Well, hey, but now, so now that you're on the subject of dysfunction, now here's a line, okay? Which do you think would be a bigger dysfunction, or where is there more dysfunction? An Amish family that has like 2 kids managing Radio Shacks, or the Cleveland Browns?
Oh, yeah. Did you see that article that came out on ESPN yesterday about the Cleveland Browns? It was kind of a long read, but what a fascinating article. It kind of lays out step by step, like what a ridiculous farce of a franchise they've become with their current ownership and the kind of the decisions he made, the people he put in charge. And, I don't know what your thoughts are on Baker Mayfield, but it kind of, after reading it, I got to be honest, I actually like Baker Mayfield quite a bit, but you really can kind of see things a lot clearer, and I'm quite a bit more sympathetic to just the BS that he had to put up with Hugh Jackson and Dorsey and all of the just all of the meddling on the part of the owner, just screwing things up. And well, it'll be interesting to see if he can keep his hands off, because I actually think that they have the chance to be a pretty good football team if the owner can stay out of their way going forward. But this article yesterday at ESPN kind of reads as a how-to of how to screw up a professional sports organization and not run it right.
And screw up a quarterback like Mayfield. That's why, as we've talked about, especially Mayfield, you've been high on him all year, and I've been high on Mahomes. I honestly believe, like, Mahomes not getting injured could be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He's got everything he needs. Same thing with Baker Mayfield. These are our two next Brady, Breeze, Aaron Rodgers. These are our two next great quarterbacks. But, boy, when you read that thing with the Cleveland Browns, I believe he's got a better chance of getting screwed up by the dysfunction of the Cleveland organization than by an injury.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. And we'll see. We'll see how they handle this. One of the funny, there was a lot of really funny parts of the article, like specifically how the firing of Hugh Jackson went down. That was pretty funny. But there was a point in the article where it mentioned that they were high on not Lamar Jackson, Teddy Bridgewater, 2 or 3 years ago, and they downgraded his draft status because the owner didn't like his handshake when he met him. But that was pretty funny. And I guess the owner was a really big advocate of taking Johnny Manziel, and it just shows you. You kind of see it a little bit with the Cowboys, right? But the Cowboys are able to overcome these things because it's just such a fabulous money generating machine, and they have so many fans. And just Jerry Jones is a brutal X's and O's football guy, but he makes up with it somewhat with his marketing decisions. But man, this is pretty ugly stuff.
Yeah, the Browns just got to get out of Mayfield's way. I mean, just let them play. I mean, yeah, you were right. They really showed a lot of heart this year. They did get the win total for you. I think they win 7, right? Were they 7-8-1?
That's right. They're 7-8-1. The win total was 5.5. It looked for a while like they weren't going to get there, but they got there comfortably. And to be totally honest, if you get a little bit better result in those overtime games, the game they blew to the Raiders.
Oh yeah.
And maybe if you just don't have Hugh Jackson as a head coach, this could have easily been a 9 or 10 win team, and maybe could have done something in the playoffs. It's kind of a weird thought, isn't it?
Big difference between that organization and Jerry Jones. I know Jerry Jones likes to get involved in the Cowboys, but they're expected to win, and they're expected to make the playoffs and go deep and/or Super Bowls. So when Jerry Jones gets involved and he doesn't really get in their way. I think he actually does not get in their way towards winning games. This guy from Cleveland could. So all we do is pray, because we want to see the Browns back. We're so sick of the same Steelers and Ravens. Let's get some other action in there. Just get out of his way. This kid's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and this team's got a lot of potential.
Can you believe that Baker and Mahomes were, for a brief moment, were actually teammates at Texas Tech?
Yeah, you were telling me that. What a deep quarterback. Like Mahomes and Mayfield on the same team in college. That's remarkable.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Davis Webb also, although he hardly fits into that category, but he was an NFL quarterback. Davis Webb on the same team as well, and an almost NFL guy. The quarterback that transferred to Virginia Tech that was actually the starter ahead of all of them. So potentially could have had 4 quarterbacks from that same roster. So.
That's incredible. Gosh, and what's getting scary? So now we know that this weekend is off on the NFL, as far as anything that means anything. And then next week, obviously, Super Bowl. And you know what happens right after Super Bowl? The big talk is March Madness. Well, I'm going to tell you, there's really, after Duke and Kentucky, I guess there's Michigan 8-1 right now. They're projecting. I saw a couple of projections. I got to tell you, brother, I think Duke is plus 170 right now to win it. I don't think I don't think they're going to get challenged at all. Maybe Kentucky will challenge them. I think, and I'm never a chalk better like that. I always try to, I always bet how many of the 1 seeds are going to get to the Final Four. I always go under 1.5. But there's one.
Oh, I think this is a wide open year. I think you could see somebody come from off the pack. I'd like to tell you the team I really like is Tennessee. I know they struggled to get past Vandy this week, but I like Tennessee and kind of like LSU a little bit as a dark horse. I think there's a lot of sleeper teams that could be in play when we get to March Madness.
Well, I think maybe to make the Final Four. I don't believe so to win it. I think it's just Duke, and that's about it. But, who knows? I mean, it's college basketball, but I wouldn't bet against them. Guys, we're hearing the music. Fifth Street Sports. We'll be right back. Got to take a time out. It's Oklahoma Brian and Frank Perez.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. You may know me as the sports talk host that can talk about all sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, rollerball. But this time I'm here to talk about pain. If you have pain in your knee or your back like I do, then you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. If Medicare is your primary insurance, then you could qualify for a back or knee brace at little or no charge. I have an old injury from my football playing days, and anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Welcome back, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline USA Radio Network, iHeart Streaming Radio. We're back on YouTube. My name's Frank Perez. I'm joined with Oklahoma Brian. Brian, I don't know if you've ever been to some of these self-service gas stations that when you put in your debit card or your credit card and, you swipe it and you put in your zip code or your PIN, and all of a sudden another thing pops up and it says, since you're using this card, there's going to be like a 50-cent or 75-cent fee on top of the thing. There's always
convenience fee.
Yeah, convenience fee. Which I immediately say, I don't even know if that's allowed. Now, I used to run a home poker game in Maryland, and a lot of the times everybody would show up with no money. They would want to be on credit. And I used to start yelling at them, saying, like, it's not that heavy. Cash is not that heavy. You can carry it with you. I'm telling you, please carry it with. So now in this Tampa stadium, all of a sudden now these people want to get rid of cash, and we know that means it's going to cost you more. I mean, can something like this fly?
I don't know that it's going to cost you more in terms of dollars. It's going to cost you a lot more in privacy. Yeah, the Devil Rays announced today that they're going to be the first Major League sports franchise to go completely cashless. So that means that cash will no longer be accepted in their stadium. And I'm not sure if you know this or not, Frank, because I don't think you go to a lot of NFL games, but this year was the first year the NFL had no paper tickets this year. All tickets were electronic, right? So if you went to an NFL football game, you basically, your ticket was a barcode. And this is going to happen in every sport. It's devious, but it's brilliant on the part. In terms of tickets, think of what you're able to accomplish if you can make everything digital, right? You potentially, you actually know who your customers are. So instead of having like middlemen, ticket scalpers, guys like that, you've got somewhat anonymous people. I mean, you've got ownership over everyone in the stadium. Potentially, you can track their cell phones. You don't just know that somebody entered. You know exactly who they are, and this is the age of analytics. The Devil Rays are taking this to the next level. So now we're going to, be monitored with everything we do in the stadium. For the moment, there is a small, I won't call it an exception, but if you don't want to use your credit card, I guess they're going to have a deal where you can pay cash and get what they call a raise card. So like you would put a $20 bill or a $100 bill into a vending machine, and they would give you a card with a magnetic strip that has your balance on it. And, they're obviously they're going to do what everyone else, when they sell these things, they're going to say that it's going to make the stadium more efficient. The concession lines will move faster because the people working behind the counter don't have to handle cash. But really, it's just an attempt to, they'll be able to data mine every transaction you make, and then they'll be able to customize the merchandising of the things they have in the stadium. They're going to think of, they're going to look for, they're going to do basket analysis, correlated analysis between types of spending. So they might realize they see a pattern, and maybe they have your email, they know who you are, or they know your phone number. They'll start sending you direct offers. It's kind of disturbing, but it's the way of the future, unfortunately. I read an article, I want to say it was a couple of days ago, that this is kind of a scary one, but it's similar. So insurance companies are now reaching out. This is kind of a crazy thought, but they're trying to obtain clothing orders from people. So, if they see, your clothes look a little bigger than they did last year or the year before, they might start factoring that into risk analysis, in terms of what kind of insurance products they offer you. If your driver's, insurance might, let's say they're able to obtain credit card spending. They see that you're maybe stopping at a bar before you, half hour before you stop and get gas for your car at the gas station. All of a sudden, they start to assume that maybe you're a risk to them, and all of these things are, it's inevitable. It's just the way that life is going to be in the years to come.
Yeah, but see that to me, because remember, I'm more or less a Vegas native, 55 years here, and I live in the city of cash. My whole life, it's always been in casinos where cash. They went to the vouchers and slot machine. That was a good thing. You didn't want all those dripping quarters and dollars and stuff. So I'm into cash. Gosh, Brian, I got to think, you see, that was one of the tricks of the casino. That's why when a lot of people, I've seen sometimes a little white chip, in the Baccarat, let's say at the Cosmopolitan High Limit, $25,000 for that little plastic thing. You go, wow, there's a car. That's a car, but it just looks like a little white chip. But meanwhile, most of the chips are green and black and red, 25 or 100. That's the thing, and that's the illusion in the casino, especially when you're drinking, you're out having a good time. It's a lot harder to peel off 5 $100 bills than to put out a little purple chip or 5 little black chips, because that's sort of, they've gotten you into make-believe land. You'll spend more. Cash is, people see cash as a lot different. You've been paid before, like a check for $1,000 or $1,000 in cash. The $1,000 in cash seems real.
You're right.
Same thing. So if the Devil Rays can get you to go in there in the park, let's say let's say you and your wife and your kids go to the game, and you guys like to eat some stuff and buy a souvenir or two. If you go in there with your cash and your kid starts wanting a hat and your daughter this and give me a hot dog, give me a pie, and you're peeling out that cash, it feels a little bit tougher than if you walk into the park and buy yourself a $200 plastic card and your kid says, "Daddy, give me the card." Dad, and your daughter says, "Give me the card." Next, you're just swiping.
Yeah, you're right. That's a factor for sure.
You know what I mean? You're just swiping. It doesn't mean nothing until you get home and you see, like, wow, that 200 looks like 892 or something, and you go, "What the hell did we buy here?" But
exactly.
But,
and it's funny that you mentioned that, because that's absolutely true. And then we can actually tie everything together that you've just said. So we know that even though, professional sports, baseball in particular, try to make it like they're somehow holier than thou, that they're above gambling, we know that they see gambling as the next great revenue stream. And that, combined with this desire to vacuum up all the analytics they can, that's going to be something that you're going to see in the future. You're going to see all of the integration of consumer history, smartphones, analytics, and then we're going to throw gambling, interactive wagering. It's actually not that far away that they're going to use the idea that you can take out your iPhone in the middle of the third inning when the game might seem kind of boring, but all of a sudden you take out your phone, you can bet on props or live betting. It's already happening all over the world with soccer. It's, professional sports in North America aren't stupid. They know that's the future, and it's going to be a totally different world.
But who's going to feel this cashless thing into things? It's always like the same in Vegas. Is your bartenders and all the people at the stadium that get tips. Because remember, everybody at the stadium, you get like 2 beers and it was like $16 or $18, or 3 beers and it was $18. You gave the guy a 20, or it was like $8 for like a beer and a bag of peanuts, and you gave the guy a 10. Always
Sure.
the bartender. It's a lot harder now for the people to swipe.
You're giving them 10. I always like it when you buy a beer and it's $4.25. Not that I like spending $4.25 on a beer. That's still outrageous. But I like the fact that that's like a really easy amount of money to tip. Like when the guy that's hauling around the beer tray, if the beer's $4.25, I give him a 5. I tell him to keep the change. I feel like that's like the tip is engineered into the transaction. I don't know. Maybe
but I'm saying, like, the guys that walk up into to the middle to the middle levels and stuff that go and buy, like, your buddy say, "Hey, get us a beer," and then it's like 3 beers and it's $17. You give the bartender a 20. Now with this plastic swiping crap, that's going to cost those, because nobody's going to sit there and swipe their card and say, "Oh, let me add $3 to a tip." It's going to cost them. But the main thing I don't like is just the tracking. The human tracking. Sure. Then the next thing you know, that's why when a lot of these people call me, because I get at least 35 bull crap calls every day. How about your student loan? How about this? I just answer and I say, "Listen, I'm a schizophrenic. All that, I'm a different person than the one that you guys are tracking. I don't do that anymore. I'm schizo." But they're gonna track these people, like you said, with the analytics. After a while, especially fast forward 10 years from now when things get even faster, they're going to know what kind of peanuts you like, what kind of shirt you wear, what kind of shows you, every little thing. So I'm in Vegas with cash. Like the day they start saying that, you can't use cash in Vegas, I think we're getting close to the end times. That's like apocalyptic to me,
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
But remember, brother, that cash for some reason has such a force on you when you're peeling it off or spending it. If they can get you to transform that to chips or plastic cards or something, that's a great illusion for them. You're going to overspend because you don't feel it. You don't feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you're right that, it's a combination of the data gathering and kind of trying to trick you into not realizing that you're spending as much. How about, I'll tell you another group that feels it. How about, you see this a lot in baseball, especially during matinee, day games. A team like the Devil Rays might give away, say, 1,000 tickets to the Boys and Girls Club. So all of a sudden you got a ton of kids, maybe on a field trip or something there. I'm willing to bet that the kids from the Boys and Girls Club don't have credit cards. So I guess they just watch the game.
Yeah. Brian, hold that thought, but we got to take a break. We'll be back, folks, in 3 minutes.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
All right, folks, we are back on 5th Street Sports Byline USA Radio Network, and I have Oklahoma Brian with me. Hey, Brian, is Rick going to be joining us for the third segment, the money segment?
I think he's on with it. I guess not. I thought he was here.
Hey, brother, there he is. Rick, I hope you you were taking notes yesterday. I busted out Frankie's corner with a nice solid 3-0. Oh, Damn it, I went over my chirp. That means, like when we go 3-0 or 5-0, we have the 15-second chirp rule that if you chirp for more than 15 seconds, you're going to be radioactive for the next day or two, or totally contaminated. But I went 13 seconds on the first segment, so I was still clear. But now I think I passed, so I am not going to give out a release on Frankie's Corner today. So it's
really?
Going to be, no, because Brian, I just chirped to Rick, so I went over the 15 seconds, and I feel like I'm radioactive, buddy. So
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact there's only a few college basketball games too, right, Frank?
Right. I mean, I actually said that because folks, we went 3-0. I told you it's a great source. We spotted it. They don't last all the time. It's like when you go out there in the desert or whatever, and you're mining and you hit some gold. You grab all you can. The next thing you know, it's going to run out. But while it's still good, I'm going to give it to you. But today they actually had nothing. You know what I mean? So I was just saying that. So Rick, I do like 2 NBA totals that I'm leaning towards, but I'll give those out after you.
Okay. Well, before we even talk about tonight's games, did you let everybody know that not only did you go 3-0, but I went 3-0. Chip went 2-1, and overall it was an 8-1 night for the Fifth Street Sports.
Yeah, but just as a disclaimer, I want to say, Rick, it's you, Brian, and me, and or if Chris gets over here. I know Chip went 2-1. But we're not going to count him. We're not going to count him.
Okay. All right.
I was also undefeated last night. I didn't get mentioned.
What did you do last night?
I didn't hear. What's your play?
I had no plays. I was undefeated.
Oh, very good. Very good.
All right.
Okay.
So Frank, between me and you, we went 6-0 then.
That's right, brother. That's right. That tastes really good. You know that?
Yeah. If someone decided to throw a 5-16 parlay last night, I'm expecting Blitzer Flowers, to come to the Fifth Street Sports office tomorrow. Or
next week. Or at least if they did like a 5-team or 6-team round robin using 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, they could put some nice comments on the thing. I know yesterday when I brought Chip on the show, a lot of people were talking bad about my parents, but that's just that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I did. But we're happy, folks. We're glad if you bet our games that Rick was good, I was good, and Brian, he was just neutral, which we'll take. It's better than a loss. So what do you guys got? Because I got Zippo, except 2 NBA leans on the totals.
You want to give us your leans, and then we'll go into.
Yep, I like that Minnesota. I like the Minnesota-Utah game under, and I like the Memphis-Sacramento game under. I like those 2 unders. Under 214. I know I hate to bet Sacramento under, but I'm going to do it with this bad, slow Memphis team. And the Timberwolves and the Jazz, I think 219 is just a tad too high for them too.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I got a thought on one of those games. I'll let you go first, Rick, and then I'll chime in.
Okay. There's got to be some sort of injuries in the Minnesota game. This line's moved from 5 to 9.5, and I didn't actually notice it, but I'm looking right now who might be out for Minnesota. Oh, it looks like they have a bunch of guys like Derrick Rose, Tyus Jones, Robert Covington, Dario Saric. He got that broken nose, I guess, last night. Jeff Teague. So they have a bunch of guys injured. I guess that's why that line's gone up a lot. It makes sense for the total to go under as well. But anyway, that wasn't one of my plays. I'll give you a few plays that I like tonight in the NBA, and we'll start off with game 565. Washington getting 3.5 at Orlando. I do like Washington here. I think they've played really good basketball late. They played Golden State kind of tough last night, considering how good Golden State's been playing of late. Amazingly, they actually covered at the end. I don't know if you guys saw the end of that game, but they were down 13, I think it was, with like less than a minute left. They hit a basket. They missed. They hit a 3, and they didn't take a shot, and they lost by 8. So I think Washington here is a good spot to cover and even win the game outright, maybe plus 160 or so on the money line. I think there's a really good spot for them. So that's the first play I like. There's a few plays tonight which the public's about 80% on favorites or on this side, and the line just hasn't moved. One of them is game 568, Cleveland plus 8.5. The public is 80% on Miami. Usually we see an 80% public. It's on a team like Golden State, or just a top team that that has, you see why the public's betting them every night. Now the public just wants to fade Cleveland, and while by no means want to endorse any kind of Cleveland plays, I wouldn't take Miami. But Cleveland would be a slight lean here, but very slight, just because they're so bad. I think we talked about that the other day, Frank, how bad Cleveland is at this point. Oh, by the way, when you were talking about that, what was your line of that Duke-Cleveland game? Did you ever say it? I didn't hear it.
Vegas put it out at 22.5. Brian was close.
You say Vegas put it out, but I don't know. Just because a person is geographically located in Las Vegas and puts out a line like that, it's like making a line on Godzilla versus King Kong.
No, we all know that Vegas is the Supreme Court or the PCGA grading system of sports and gambling. We all know that Vegas is the official gaming capital of the Milky Way.
Give me a break, Frank. They're not actually taking a bet on it. It's worthless. It's like if I made a line on graham crackers versus saltines. If I'm not taking a bet on it, it's pointless. Like I can make up random lines all day long.
But I am going to send you a link, and you love it. It was the absolute #1 bar talk in the country the last week, talking about Duke versus NBA teams. It was the #1 bar talk conversation, and they came up. So the guy from Vegas made a line of 22.5.
I'm very skeptical. The #1. This is like this sounds like a Trump speech. The #1 bar talk of the last. No way. I'm calling BS on this entire concept, but
no.
I do want to hear what Florida Rick has to say about this. What would you make the line, Florida Rick?
At a neutral site, I think that sounds a little bit too high. I think basketball is a little different than football, where so many players are already still in their first or second years. I would probably make it closer to 14.5, 15, maybe.
Interesting. That's a good point. Well, here's what I had to say. I don't know if you'll agree with this or not, but my take on it was that, like Frank was saying, this is assuming they're both at full strength, but you've been doing this for 20 years, Rick. Like, you can never assume they're both at full strength, because the moment that, except for maybe college football, where there's an incentive to run up the score, okay? But every other sport, when you have a complete mismatch, the better team, especially in basketball, is always going to rest players and play players limited minutes. So the moment that you have this decisive edge over one team over the other, get ready for the favorite team to start scratching guys and sitting guys out in the second half. So that's the thing. You would not get a full. That sounds like maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but I think there's a lot of truth to that. You can't ever assume you would get 100% effort from the favorite team. So I think 22 is too high, and I wish they'd play the game.
Well, what would you make it against Golden State? 50?
Wow. Wow.
They're gonna score at will.
Golden State's what Golden State against the worst team in the NBA at home right now is about 19.5. So if they were playing a neutral site against Duke, I don't think you can make it 30 points higher than the worst NBA team. So I would probably make it in the 30, 35 range.
Oh, I would lay that.
A neutral site?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Especially if they had to play. Let's say if they had to really play, like not like what Brian says. Of course, they're going to sit Curry after the first quarter and all that. No, if they had to play, I'd lay you 50.5.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
What's really unfair also, though, is if you're playing with the NBA 3-point line, that's a pretty brutal adjustment for a college player to have to make immediately. I mean, how many college players actually have that NBA 3-point shot? Yeah.
I'll give you that. So then if they're going to use the college 3-point line, how many NBA guys are going to hit it from the college 3-point line? You know what I mean?
I mean,
they're like layups. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Hey, but Brian, I just wanted to get back to something, because I kind of brushed over when you said saltines versus graham crackers. How can you make a line on that? You might have something there, because have you ever driven around your city and your hometown and you see like this restaurant was voted #1, that one was voted #1. In Vegas, I see all the time. I've seen 8 different pizzerias voted #1, and I've been living here 55 years. I've never voted. I've never been asked to vote. Who votes on these things? Well, who makes these lines, right?
Yeah, totally ridiculous. By the way, saltines are 8-point favorite over graham crackers.
I'll take the points there. What was the line, Frank, with Duke versus Golden State? Did they have a line on that?
Yeah,
one too?
yeah. I mean, on the link, it actually has all 30 teams. I'll send you the link. We lost a little Wi-Fi thing here right after.
Okay, no big deal. All right, forget it.
But they have all 30. They have all 30 on the projected. But like Brian says, it's kind of a Alice in Wonderland poll. So, who knows?
All right, I'm going to give a couple more games, which I just got off track as I mentioned Cleveland being a lean. But I don't really want to give this an official play. I just want to say if the public's 80% on a side, don't play that side. So just don't play Miami. How about that? I don't want to ever give out Cleveland for now. But my other plays tonight are Chicago Bulls are getting 5 at home against the Clippers. Public is 85% of the Clippers, and I don't understand it. I don't know how the Clippers are a team getting this kind of public bet, this kind of public action. It just only Golden State right now should be getting 80% of bets on a game. So I like Chicago, and I also like 577 Detroit getting 4.5 at Dallas. Another 3 of every 4 public bets are just crushing the Mavericks. The line's only moved half a point the other direction. And as we know from previous years, Brian and I have discussed this, the public is always the worst on Fridays and Saturdays. The public always bets a lot more on weekends than they do during the week. So the public, fading the public is much better to do on weekends than it is during the week. And these are games where the public is betting 75, 80% on teams that have no business getting these type of numbers. So those are all the NBA plays I'd like tonight. So let's scratch Cleveland, right? But I'm going to give you Washington +4 or +3.5, Bulls +5, and Detroit +4.5. Correct. So those are my my NBA plays for the night.
Brian, you got any add-ons to that?
No. Well, your play about the Sacramento-Memphis game under. It's kind of an interesting game. Sacramento's been under 9 games in a row. This is a hugely under series. I think it's gone under 15 of the last 16 games. There's so many things that point to under, but there was a big move to the over today. A lot of sharp accounts on the over. So I thought that was kind of a interesting game. I probably wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, with the Sacramento, I mean, any Sacramento under to me always scares me, but Memphis is.
Memphis is probably the ultimate under team in the league for sure. Hey, speaking of Detroit, Rick, did you see the story about the family flying from Miami to Detroit that was forced off the plane for body odor?
No, I didn't see this one.
Wait, you guys, we're gonna come back with that one because we got less than 15 seconds now. We got to go to a break. So when we come back, let's talk about that body odor on the plane story. Be back, folks, in about 3 minutes. We got to take a small timeout. This is Fifth Street Sports.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. Dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
All right, guys, it's Fifth Street Sports. We're back, just about ready to wrap up the weekend. We're on Sports Byline USA. I have Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian, my two great co-hosts with me. And Rick, you gave out 3 plays. It was Washington plus 3.5, Detroit plus 5, and what was the third? What was the third one there, Rick?
Let me interrupt you real quick here, Frank. We got a message in through our Facebook live chat. From Kurt Morgan saying, I like Houston as a 2-point dog at home tonight versus the Raptors. What do you all think? I've made serious bank listening to you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Rick, take it, buddy. You're the NBA guy.
Okay, Kurt, we really appreciate you, and you've been one of our loyal listeners for a long time, so I'm glad we can help you out. For your take here on Houston plus 2, the line was actually 3, and I know what you're thinking. Houston is a home dog against Toronto. It seems enticing, but when you look at the intricacies here, Houston's still without Chris Paul, who's expected to return Sunday, and Capella, of course, will be out at least another month or so. So Harden is still doing everything all by himself, and this goes back to what I was talking about 2 nights ago when they beat the Knicks. How much I love the Knicks in that game, and I said Harden's going to have to score 50 minimum just for them to win this game and get out of there eke out a win, and he did. He scored 61, and they just barely got out of New York with a 4-point win in a game that was going both ways. And as I say, I see the line moving up now to 3.5. So I would stay away from Houston here. If you really want to bet Houston that bad, I'd wait till post. You're probably going to get definitely 3.5, maybe 4. But I don't see how hard – and Kawhi Leonard has been out the last couple of games for rest. Is back tonight. Toronto's at full strength. I think you lay off this game. It's tough now to bet Toronto because they've moved from 1.5 to 3.5-point favorite on the road. But Harden's done everything, but now against the top tier team, it's going to be. I can't see him getting out of there with a win with no supporting cast. And you are getting. I would stay away from this one, Kurt. If anything, I would be on Toronto, but I think at this point I would just lay off completely.
Yeah, quickly, and then we got a quick one for Brian. So it's Washington, it's Detroit, and it's Chicago from Rick tonight. Brian, because you're a master in these specialty games, Pro Bowl over or under?
You kind of put me on the spot with that one. I haven't really researched it. I don't even know what the total is. I'll say over. That's all. When in doubt, always go over the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, but what about that time it was 93 and we couldn't ship more? We couldn't ship enough of it on there. Guys, it was a great show. I appreciate you, Brian and Rick. We will see you folks. Thank you for listening to us. We'll see you Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. This is Fifth Street Sports signing off. Have a great weekend and good luck tonight.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
President Trump said on Friday that he would support a short-term spending bill to reopen